Welcome to the What If I Was in One Punch Man? I know it doesn't say that, but it's supposed to be eyeball. But I means like I. So, name. So let's start off with my character's story. So, he is a monster. He was born as a monster, so he gets accepted to Monster Foundation. At their the Monster King accepts him as he gets respected. Yeah. And he also has a girlfriend. Yeah. The D-O-S. The hash, I think that's her name is. She loves him when, of course, she, like, pretends to not love him, but in reality, she does love him so much that he doesn't even recognize it. So he was like battling, as one day, one of the pro heroes, the S-class ranked one, actually decided, Blast, decided to do something crazy. He took away that monster's memories as he, or actually mind controlled him as his body, or his converged from this monster form into a human form. He still has he wears that. So the monsters think that they killed, or actually Blast killed their kind, as when she heard about what happened to him, she immediately went into a blind rage. Like, Monster King understands. Let her just, like, and the pink blob understands. That's this one underneath understands that he needs to. So, yeah. So now he's been. Let's say his memories changed into more human. So he basically was S-class rank 0. They don't know where to put him, so he's basically class S rank 0. Person in the world. Yeah. As the monsters show up thing when Mr. Azawa, or not, when One Punch Man shows up, of course she encounters the O-S, yes, or is that what, I don't know, but she ends up, she tells them that you killed my boyfriend, my favorite boyfriend, as she's upset about it. because you rest of you must pay for that. As she decides to do it, go all berserk. Yeah, she ends up going berserk as S-Class Rank 0 showed up before her, or before, as he caught the whip, as he says, looks like someone needs to be put down. As Blizzard, or Hellish Blizzard, tells him that, watch out, this is a monster. The as he comes, as she says, ooh, there's a new guy. As she stops herself, as she sees the mask on his face, reminds her of her boyfriend, how you're the one that killed him. Why are you wearing his face on your body? As he says, you need to find out why. I do like a little challenge. But first, let's exchange names. As she goes first, she introduces herself as the O-S. Yeah. Then she ends up, says, what is yours? As he says, my name is Eyeball. Oh. Or I. As something clicked in her brain, she remembers the monster that she treats poorly. Of course, she basically asked that monster's name. Yeah. As it dawns on her, as she remembers, as instead of of course, she grabs, so the whip thing, yeah, he flexes all the attacks right back at her. And yeah, he ends up tilts his head. He basically uses his blade as she had the free hand, as she goes and grabs him by the throat. But instead of slamming him down, and of course, yeah, she took off her mask and she tells him, when waiting for a long time, she ends up kissing him, And yeah, as she takes off his mask to reveal his human face. Or actually, no, she actually kissed his mask. And yeah, it was weird. So, yeah. So, he gets up after, or actually, she was like a little bit embarrassed of why this monster is doing that to the S-Class Ring Zero, the volcanic. That's what his hero name. But he goes by, or, yeah. So, yeah. So she ends up, of course, she uses her powers to swift her away from him as he thinks. I suppose they. As, yeah, as she says, as she was like, it was so rude for who as class heroes between me and my and eyeball or eye, as yeah, she even wanted to like do it again, but she knows that she has to beat the pro heroes and make her like monstrous servants things. And yeah, so she beats them, and yeah, the when she goes back and as she tells the Monster King that someone's still alive, as the Monster King is one of the, it's not the human, it's the, if I say his name, would you believe me? As he looks over, as he says, okay. As she tells him that I, well, EYE is still alive. As everyone's shocked, he goes by it as they thought he's the most powerfulest one. How is he, or he got defeated by Blast? And how? He got killed by Blast, but how is he? Sorry, I fell out of bed, or fell out. Yeah. So he ends up as the Monster King could sense it's a truth. So So he decides, tell me more about how he's doing. Well, he's good, but he goes by because his pro hero name is, or hero name is Volcanic. Volcanic. As, yeah. So they knew that he will. Something tells me it has to revolve around blasts. As she says, yes, of course, or actually yeah, it must be Blast recruited him to join the heroes to betray us, like mind controlled him. As Monster King says, yes, we need to undo the brainwash thing on him to make him join back to us. He is the monster, not a human. As he has flashbacks of his friend that he cares about. And of course, he says this, Chenmin, I will bring you back. Or, no, not Chenmin. Eyeball, or I will bring you back. As he says, no matter what. As of course, he's living by himself, so he doesn't have a girlfriend. He lives in the house. It was a big house that and it was bigger than him, so yeah. So he's basically, when he went to bed, as he like woke up middle of the night, he heard something. As he comes out of his bedroom, he turns around and he sees one and only her, as she basically wanted to tell him. Of course, her and the pink blob, the one that this one ends up telling him, I don't know who both of you are, or I do know. No. As you're in my house. I may ask you to leave my house. As he points in his sword, as you might not remember us, but you were the named Eyeball. Or Eyeball. Yeah. Let's just say Eyeball. You used to be Eyeball. The monsterish king of... You were so powerful that even the most monsters feared you. As he itched his head, as he doesn't know what they're talking about. My name's Volcanic. I'm an S class. S. Huh. Oh, you'll remember. As as let's say he has the power to like remove that brainwashing thing or undo the brainwash. So he ends up, as his body, or when the beam went through his head, as he developed a new personality, or actually he went back to his monsterish thing, as he says, where am I? As he wipes his head, where's Blast? And of course, she understands. As he turns around, as he knows that as he has his arms crossed. Tell me, hey, as you were or someone else. You were not being yourself because someone, it must be Blast. Huh. And yeah, so, but he is now toned down, so, which house is this? Oh, this is actually the fool's house called Volcanic. As he remembered, or actually something triggered in his body as he went from being, or he's like fusing both personalities together as he goes into chaos eye. Yeah. As he's between monsters and humans fused together. Yeah. As he had his, yeah, with monsterish wings. As he turns around, as he says, I could sense that. Of course, he walks in with them to the monsters. As, yeah, so she ends up giving him a kiss again. Or actually, he actually tells them that the you know what, of course he decides, because his house was actually, he paid for his house. Oh, he has the auto payer, so he pays, or the auto payer pays for his like bills on his house and all that stuff. Yeah, when he's not around. So yeah, so he, of course, after he says that I don't want to be involved around both sides. I can't, since after Blast scrambled my brain. And, or gave me a new name, new personality of that volcanic. I can never think straight. Yep. Yeah. So he tells, of course, actually Monster King, Orochi, tells him that you're okay to, oh, and don't worry, I won't eat you. As he wants to. So he gets up by her, as she tells him that she made her choice of exposing her true feelings for him. Yeah. As he had an out of body experience thing. So he knew that she was about to, like, yeah. So he says to her that name, as he's about to say, like, go on a date and marrying, and yeah. So she cuts him off before, or as she, by just like when she moved her mask and sticks her tongue into his mouth. Yeah. As, yeah. She says, I'm okay with you. Oh. Oh. I'm okay with the, if we go get married thing. Of course. So, yeah. So they got married. And they moved into that same house that volcanic, actually, he owns, technically, because yeah. So she ends up becoming his wife, and he had 3 kids. Yeah. And all the monsters, they all agree, including a monster king, didn't want to disturb them, but they sure do help them a lot. If they're stressed about something, like pain, or having money flow through, and yeah. So he works for both sides. He's like a double agent. So yeah. Even pro heroes, because he's a class 0. Now, Emmerman knew that he gains a new name. So yeah. So both of them agree that he gets paid, or heroes pay him. Then because he's also a monster, so the Monster Foundation and helps him with stressful stuff. Like if there was someone made him mad, like say someone made fun of his wife, you know, as of course, King Orochi, or whatever his name is, though, him would sense it as they send monsters out and to kill them. Yeah. So then, yeah. And he also helps Lizard with just like, yeah. And in this what if, eh, her and her, both of them got married to Saitama. Yeah. At exact same time. So he has, or Saitama has 2 girlfriends. Yeah. And all that stuff. So, yeah. And story goes on, but I am not gonna proceed because I'm not gonna lose my voice. So, yeah. So, and their kids, I'm not drawing their kids out. Imagine their kids having her, or girls would look, or no, their daughters look like her, but with their father's powers and such etc. Yeah. So, but when Blast shows up, as he says, huh, looks like you're back from your, as he says, you need to learn to, huh? As I'm still holding the grudge against you, but I really want to punch you so bad, Blast. As he gets up, or yeah, Blast says, I know you're a pro hero S class 0. You pay or you gained big bucks from it. As he ends up getting punched. And that punch was so hard that broke the entire suit of armor. Yeah, that's how powerful he is. And yeah. As he says that your as his wife says, "Do you feel better now?" Yes. And he tells him things for okay. So yeah, because he was flying. He does feel much better after. Yeah. So now, yeah. So now we go on to and now we're on to custom cards. So we're on the Ben 10. It's called Alien Heroes, but they're Ben 10. So yeah. So I'm doing Kevin 11 first, then I'll end it. So yeah. So Kevin 11's with his amazing effect, I think. And yeah. And then but he actually gets a like XYZ treatment. If you don't know what XYZ treatment means, it means that instead of going to the graveyard, he gets shuffled into the deck. So, yeah. Like, you don't have to use plasmation thing. So, this run is Alien Hero Heat Up Kevin. If Pyro, or, yeah, Heat Blast. And this card is basically like Alien, or no, the XYZ one. Not XYZ, like the black frames around. I'm talking about like A through Z archetype. Yeah, but this one, when it's summoned, you can inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to this card's level has. And then it attacks before damage. Yeah, it destroys all cards, and during your opponent's end phase or next end phase, return this card to the extra deck, and then yeah. Forearms destroys all cards. Or this is Alien Hero Forearms Kevin. And you can basically do a full board wipe. That's what the means. Wha-bam! And he gains like extra attacks. So instead of like once, or he attacks twice per turn or 3 times per turn, he gains extra attacks. So yeah, imagine if you're a. Is it for all? Is this card? You can destroy all cards from your opponent's field. In there. So yeah, this one if your opponent has full field and like 6 cards in their hand, and your opponent has a full field of monsters, spells, and traps, you activate this card, you destroy it, and so that would have been like 5, 10, then 16 attacks. Yeah. And then, yeah, this run, you can discard 1 card to remove your deck to the graveyard to banish the. Yeah. And then Alien Hero upgrade Kevin. And he's basically a like a searcher. Or like select one for the rest of this turn. All cards does not have levels become level 4 on the field. So basically, your opponent's XYZs have level 4s, including link monsters. So, yeah, that's broken effect by itself. And yeah, and you can pay 100 life points to banish the. Yeah. And then this, same thing, but choose a 1 effect. And there's also another card that I forgot to grab. It's the opposite to Heat Up Kevin. It is called Alien Hero Swimmer Kevin. He's a level 7. He requires Kevin and the Alien Hero Ripjaws. I remember the effect. Yeah, so it has the same effect, but this card is like, and it can attack your opponent's life points directly, and then this card's effect gets kicked in. If this card attacks your opponent's life points, you can special summon. So basically, you can special summon like the. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You could special summon Azimuth's or like something. You can summon like Ben Tennyson and then go into like add this guy that goes into this, and yeah. So yeah, it is pretty powerful effect, I may say. So yeah, he ends up basically winning, because this one allows you to basically, if you had a spell that needs levels to destroy certain levels, yeah. And then this one allows to wipe a board. This one heats up, and yeah. So have fun, and I'll leave a little timestamp. So peace out, y'all.